million dog owners in Britain today, many of them are battling to be top dog at home.
Look, you can't go behind me.
But one man believes there's no such thing as a naughty dog.
I'm not going near it.
Just struggling owners.
Somsy, enough.
You think you've got a problem now, and you have. You're really not in control.
And that's when master dog trainer Graeme Hall steps in to take on the nation's dog owners.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
I've worked with almost every breed of dog and all kinds of dog behaviour problems, but 9 times out of 10, it's the owners that need to change their behaviour, and that is a really tough message to get across. The problem I got with you is what you're not doing is any sort of correction at all.
With 12 years' experience, Graham's been put to the test thousands of times.
Come on, let's run.
And the results speak for themselves.
No.
Well done, Fifi.
Well done.
Honestly, it'll change my life.
Graham's casebook this week proves to be an extreme challenge.
Ow.
As he meets 3 families with out-of-control dogs. Dottie, the Springer with an aggressive attitude.
I'm not going near it.
A pack of dogs breaching the peace of the neighbourhood. But has Graeme finally met his match? With Husky, Adonis.
Oh, I think he got me there.
In the UK, 22% of doggy-owning houses have 2 pooches or more. And the more mutts you have, the more things can go wrong. And that's certainly the case for Graham's first job of the week.
No.
Rachel and Chris's 4 howling hounds don't give them a moment's peace.
You can see why conversations are impossible. Yeah.
I genuinely think there's people in Australia that heard that.
Whilst it's howling indoors, outdoors these dogs go barking mad.
All right, frightened.
Leaving Rachel, Chris and their pack at risk of becoming nightmare neighbours from hell.
Hey,
Tequila.
George, out.
Tequila, come here. This is why I can't let them out before I go to work. It's not fair to the neighbours to have this level of noise at 7 o'clock in the morning. We struggle letting them out at night before we go to bed.
Like many owners, they began with 1 dog, Labradoodle George, but then started adopting strays, Tequila, Dante and Valentino. But with 4 dogs,
That's enough.
comes 4 times the trouble.
So look at them. Even I would think, oh, what a nasty lot of dogs and how unruly and vicious they are. And they're not. They're not. It's just they react as a pack.
This quartet are so uncontrollable outside, Rachel generally avoids walking them by herself.
If I did drop the lead, they would be off. And my biggest worry is if that happened, you know, they'd get run over.
The couple fear their out-of-control pack could lead to a barrage of complaints.
I'm worried about the impact our dogs have on other people, definitely. If someone said, right, I want to put in an official complaint because your dogs are making too much noise, I wouldn't know how to change it.
You know, this is a complex problem because we've got 4 different dogs, 4 different breeds, 4 temperaments, possibly 4 different triggers for the behaviour. It's really, really hard to fix these things.
Come on in.
Thank you very much.
There we go.
Hello. Hang a minute.
Come on through.
Tequila!
George,
In.
George, come
George! It's like herding kittens. You try and get one and then...
Dogs everywhere. Rachel's gone that way, Chris has gone that way, the dogs are like this. Yeah.
Tequila! Get down! Tequila!
And they're loud barks as well. I mean, even a little dog.
George, out!
How many times a day does this happen then?
If we let them out 10 times a day and there's 10 dogs walk past, it would be 10 times. Yeah. Because it's a reactive thing to every dog that goes past.
Everything. So what have you tried to stop it?
We try calling the dogs,
Yeah.
but sometimes because it becomes shouty, you're just adding to the noise levels.
Yeah. I mean, aren't you worried that people are going to complain? You don't want to be nightmare neighbours.
No, exactly.
I have heard people commenting as they're walking past,
Right.
and saying things like, "Oh, we need to get out of here," and it's not nice.
No.
With the barking causing a deafening disturbance, Rachel is keen to keep the peace and get them inside.
Everybody in. Biscuits, come on, in.
Biscuit time, apparently. Well, the dogs are outside kicking off and causing mayhem, and what does she do? Out with the biscuits. So she's pretty much saying, if you bark, I'll reward you. Brilliant. Is that as bad as it gets then?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean,
Yeah.
could it be any worse?
So how come you ended up with 4 then?
We started with 1, George, and then we had a holiday in Mexico and found Tequila, abandoned in a shop doorway.
Right.
And basically that's where it started.
So most people come back from holiday with a Mexican hat as a souvenir.
Yeah, I'm getting a bit of a reputation now for not coming back with anything but a dog.
What happens if you walk the 4 together?
It's a nightmare. You just look like a nutter with too many dogs.
I'd really like to see that outside if we may.
Yeah, okay.
I'm sure Chris knows that he's doing things a bit wrong. You know, he's got this tiny little dachshund who's dragging him everywhere. Those leads are too long. That's the problem. You know.
This is no walk in the park, and it gets worse when they spot something in the trees.
Valentino, the dachshund, he's just going mad for the squirrel. And now Tequila's joined in.
Tequila.
She's pulling at it as well. So it's all a bit crazy.
Stop it.
Stop that silly behaviour.
And other dogs get an equally raucous reception.
Is that what normally happens when you meet another dog close up?
Yeah. Pretty much.
Yeah.
What we've got here are 2 dogs in particular that both spark off bad behaviours. We've got Tequila, who's really reactive to other dogs, jumping up in the air, and Valentino, who's just anything around just sets him off barking, that dachshundy bark that he does. Squirrels are the worst. So this is something that you don't normally do, 4 dogs together.
No.
No, we wouldn't do this.
I think there's an awful lot of work to do. I've bitten off more than I can chew. Well, we'll find out, won't we?
Coming up, can Graeme bring this cacophony of canines under
If
control?
you kept walking, that would have been easier for you.
And a possessive spaniel pointer cross who's in danger of losing her place in the family home.
If Graeme can't help us, we've got no option. The 4 of us were here first, so last in, first down.
Master dog trainer Graeme Hall tackles some of Britain's unruliest dogs. But today he's got a mammoth task ahead of him as he's taking on a rowdy pack of 4 pooches. Having seen the dog's behaviour at home
Everybody in. Biscuits, come on.
and on walks, Graeme spotted a key problem.
Question for you. On that walk in the park, how many times did you praise your dogs?
We didn't.
Never.
Not once. It's tempting to say, well, they were really badly behaved, but actually there were opportunities where you could have praised them.
Yeah, you're right.
The best moments
Yeah.
were definitely praiseworthy. So we've got a situation where in the garden, you're rewarding something when you shouldn't,
Yeah.
and then when you should reward good behaviour, they're not getting anything.
No.
So from their point of view, it's like, well, if they never thank us for it, why would we? And you'll start to get less and less and less of the good behaviour. I'm amazed, actually, you haven't had a noise complaint yet from what goes on at the gardens.
Yeah.
To a lot of people, you're going to look like nightmare neighbours.
Yeah, we certainly don't want that.
What I'm seeing is your biggest problem is Tequila, because she's very reactive with other dogs. You knew this. And Valentino, Dachshund, because he's the one who's just barking at anything that moves, particularly squirrels.
Graeme believes the key to dealing with the pack is to tackle these 2 offenders, sort them, and the rest will fall into line. So Graeme wants to start with Tequila. First up, the correct walking position.
Ideally, I'd want her so that her shoulders are roughly alongside my legs, give or take, because dogs' peripheral vision is quite a bit wider than ours. So If she's about there, that's fine. As soon as she starts to creep forward, she might get told to stop it. So we want to keep the lead nice and slack, but not very long. Yeah.
Okay.
So short-ish, but there's a bit of slack to it. There's always a J shape to the bottom of the lead.
While Rachel and Chris have previously shouted each dog's name whenever they pull, Graeme wants to keep it simple. One command for all and a gentle tug on the lead to let them know he means business.
Stop it. Good girl. If she overshoots, she gets in trouble.
Yeah.
But if she stops, clever girl, that's very good. So the message here is, look, you do what I do.
And with a bit of praise thrown in, Tequila's soon walking calmly on the lead.
Good girl. And if we got her under control doing that, you can imagine, by the time we introduce the other dogs,
It's going to be
fine.
yeah.
Good girl.
Graeme might be working his magic, but Tequila's got other ideas when she spots something ahead.
There's a squirrel here now, look.
Yeah.
What I might have to do is bring this leg round to block, to tell her not to. Ah, no. And I move away and I go, right, what do you reckon? So that means that I'm not dragging away at the lead and hurting her. It's just
blocking,
like,
yeah.
You know, you've got to get through me to get to the squirrel. I wouldn't advise it. She's starting to associate stop it with the flick on the lead. That's worked well, hasn't it?
Very well, yeah.
Incredible.
Time's up by 4, we're winning.
Yeah.
But before Graeme can introduce the other dogs, he needs to ensure Rachel can take command of ringleader Tequila.
It's easy enough for me to get Tequila to walk nicely, but I've got years of experience. But, you know, if Rachel can't take the reins and get control of Tequila, then, frankly, she hasn't got a cat in hell's chance of keeping control of the rest of the pack. So there's your lead. If you wrap it round and pull it tight, all that can possibly do, if she did pull, is close on your hand and you're there. Off you go.
Go on, Tequila.
We'll follow you. Great.
Hey.
That's it, flick. That's it. Now, what we should do as well is add that command in. So when you flick the lead, stop it.
Rachel is doing well, but then Graeme spots something that will really put her to the test.
Right, there's a squirrel there. Keep walking. Good. You don't have to speed up. Go your own speed.
Okay.
That's it. Keep walking.
Stop,
No.
Tequila, no.
Stop it.
Stop
Keep
it.
going. She kind of went for it. If you'd have kept walking, that would have been easier for you. That's it. There you go.
Good girl.
Right. That's it.
Tequila is now walking at Rachel's pace and no longer pulling her around.
That was amazing. I've taken Tequila out on my own and she's never behaved that well.
Having brought one of the reactive pair under control, it's time to try with the other, Valentino. And this time it's Chris's turn.
All right, Tino. Come on. That's stop it.
Using the lead flick and stop it command, Chris is doing a good job of keeping Valentino in check, even using the block technique when he bolts for a squirrel. But there's one thing Chris has forgotten.
So, what's missing, Chris, from this picture?
I should be praising. I think have I not been praising
I
loud
don't
enough?
think you
Oh,
have.
okay. I do apologise. I apologise.
That's all right. But no, it's good, you're right. This is really good.
That's really good. Well done.
That's it. How did that feel?
More like a nice walk,
Yeah.
rather than a fight all the time. It was really pleasant.
Good.
With the two biggest troublemakers under control, Graeme ups the ante and brings out the rest of the pack.
Well, this is the moment of truth, really. You take those in one hand like that. Pass it. That's it.
Come on.
Whatever happens, keep moving.
Okay. Up,
That's it.
up,
Brilliant.
up. George, come on. Okay. Come back round. This way. Up. Up.
That's it. Look at that. It's good, isn't it?
Look at that. Oh, that's a photo right there.
Isn't it? Well done, Rachel. Keep it up.
George. Up.
That's
Good
incredible.
boy. Wow. Up. Good
Magic.
boy. Good
Brilliant.
boy.
Give us those
Amazing.
leads.
That's
Stick
amazing.
your hand up in the air. Amazing. Fantastic.
That was superb. That
do you reckon?
So
That was something
Yeah.
I never thought I'd see.
It's a result. And for the first time ever, Rachel's managed to walk 4 dogs calmly and to heel.
I didn't know that we'd get this far today, by any means. It was a lot of work. And I think there's a lot of work still to do, of course.
Yes.
So, Chris, if I give you your dogs back,
Thank you.
if you guys want to head on back to
Yeah.
the house, and I'll see you another time.
Okay. Thank you
All right.
so much.
You're welcome.
Come on
then. Let's go.
That's it.
Can't believe what a difference it's made just to be able to walk around the park and see that all the dogs, given the right direction, will behave, yeah.
The couple have made progress, but there's still a big issue to tackle which could have terrible consequences if it's not resolved.
Well, the barking in the garden is going to cause a real problem for Chris and Rachel if the neighbours complain. But, you know, it's so ingrained because they've rewarded it. But that might be a problem for another day.
Next, Graeme is on his way to the West Midlands to meet a family in need. Police officers Simon and Karen, and their teenage kids Ben and Sam, had always thought a dog would be the perfect addition to the family. And when a colleague needed to rehome 3-year-old Dottie, they decided to take her in.
Dottie was great, actually, great addition to the family when we first got her.
She's removed loads of stress,
Yeah.
but at the same time she's brought a whole load of different stress into the household.
Whenever she has a toy in her mouth, this spaniel pointer cross switches from docile to demon dog in the blink of an eye.
It's mainly around any item that she takes as her possession. Drop. To begin with, she sort of snarls or shows her teeth, and then she'll lunge for you. Whoa, whoa, whoa. And sometimes it can be really, you know, out of the blue with no warning. Come on. No, I'm not going near her. So we'll just ignore her, and then we'll see what happens.
Whilst this seasoned crime-fighting couple take violent criminals in their stride at work, Dottie's aggression at home is too much to handle, with daughter Sam suffering the most.
When I'm home alone with Dottie, I feel scared to approach her if she's got her possessions. She's aggressive and she changes her behaviour.
And with her parents often working nights, Sam resorts to extreme measures to avoid any interaction.
If we went into the kitchen at night, we'd probably get quite an aggressive response, so that would usually put us off from like going down and getting a drink, so we just bring it up and put it on the stairs.
It's not right that my daughter should be scared.
If things can't change, the future is bleak for Dottie.
If Graeme can't help us, we've got no option but for Dottie to go. The 4 of us were here first. So, unfortunately, last in, first out.
Possessive dogs are a fairly common call-out for Graeme.
Pointers were originally bred as working dogs, but one of the things about spaniels that you've got to bear in mind is spaniels are a lot more prone to guarding things that they hold dear. So it appears to me that that side of Dottie is definitely more dominant. And if that guarding instinct has become ingrained, it's going to be really tough to turn around. Hello.
Hello, come in.
Nice to meet you.
And with Dottie hogging her toys and the couch, Graeme quickly gets to see what he's up against.
Dottie, Dottie, drop, 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 drop. Okay.
Yeah.
That's basically where we leave it. Any sudden movements, she would then go. Dottie, look, I'm not interested.
She is very much looking as though she's going to possess this at all costs. Whatever it takes, I'm going to hold on to it. So there's no way you'd be joining her on the sofa right now while she's got that toy.
Not at the moment.
Well, there's no doubt that's pretty extreme behaviour. And I can see why everybody in the family's, you know, in those moments, terrified of her.
Graeme is keen to find out what the rest of the family is thinking.
What do you think's in her mind when she's doing that?
I think she just thinks that she's like possessive, aggressive sort of like behaviour. She thinks we're going to take something from her. I don't know.
At some point, somebody's tried to take a toy off Dottie and she wasn't happy, so she started to guard it. And then what's happened is the family have seen that. They've got nervous about it. She's picked up on that, and it makes her even more aggressive. So we've ended up with a vicious circle.
Graeme wants to share his thoughts with the family, but as they head outside, they appear to have been joined by Dottie. who without a toy to protect is very relaxed.
So there she is, like butter wouldn't melt.
Yeah.
Trouble is, if we don't turn this around, I'm afraid it's going to get worse.
It's not what we want to hear, really, but...
I'm afraid not. I think you've backed her into a corner. She wants to keep the toy, so she come out fighting.
Right.
This is about, on the one hand, standing your ground. I don't want you to back off, because every time you back off, we're going to get more of that growly behaviour.
Right.
We just need to slow things down, give her the opportunity to realise that right now, nobody's nicking her toy. I really want to help this family, because this is a really serious problem, and they've done their very best to help this dog and give her a home. But I am apprehensive, and I've got to get them to do quite sensitive things, read the dog's body language and act accordingly, which I don't think anybody has at this point.
Coming up, can Graeme help this family face their fears? And Dotty?
I really usually sit that close.
And has Graeme finally met his match in Adonis?
Hey!
The supercharged Siberian Husky.
Ah! No. I think he got me there.
In the West Midlands, Graeme's taking on Spaniel Pointer Cross Dotty, who turns aggressive when she has a toy in her mouth. But her territorial behaviour is terrifying the family, leaving daughter Sam scared to go near her and police officer dad Simon fearing they'll have to give her up.
So what would happen if we can't fix this?
Unfortunately, it's one of those that we'll have to give her up, or, heaven forbid, she gets put down.
To fix the problem, Graeme needs to get Dotty to allow the family to move freely through the house.
Dotty?
He believes she feels backed into a corner when anyone tries to take one of her toys. So first, he needs to teach her to willingly release things from her mouth.
Dotty?
I've got a trick up my sleeve, which is ball with a rope on it, which means that we can kind of hold on to it, so we don't have to put our hand right down by her mouth. But even better than that, we can attach it to a long line.
With a long line, Simon can take the ball from Dotty without getting too close and making her feel intimidated.
Come on.
Then throwing the ball back shows her that no one wants to steal her toys.
Right, now just gradually bring it back. Good girl. You're not snatching it away from her and dragging it. You just got it. It moves, which is kind of quite good fun. And then she's getting to a point where she's going, actually, I'll let you have it. But the other thing I like about that was every time she decided to let it go, you're going, good girl, good girl, good girl, at precisely the right moment.
Right.
So the message here is, you can have it, we can have fun together. If you let it go to me, good girl. We're beginning to reprogram the brain. This is brilliant. Hey, what's this then? There you go.
Go on, get it. Good girl.
Good girl.
I can't believe she's not kept hold of it in her mouth.
Good girl. So the very same ball that a minute ago she was threatening you with, good girl. We can now take it. Hello. Are we friends?
Hello.
Simon's repeatedly rewarding her letting go of that toy from a distance.
Ready? Fetch. Good girl.
He's looking a lot more relaxed, and that's having an effect on Dotty. It's making her feel more comfortable, a lot less threatened.
That's it. Good girl.
Now with Dotty feeling more comfortable with people taking possessions from her in the garden, Graeme wants to head inside and help Sam to build her confidence moving around the living room when Dotty has a toy.
I usually run away and don't really deal with Dotty being possessive very well.
I know you're a bit nervous, so I'm not going to do anything that puts you in danger, right? By avoiding Dotty, Sam's inadvertently been rewarding her because she leaves her alone with her toy. So I need Sam to understand that she needs to stand her ground, but I need Dotty to understand that Sam's not a threat.
So first, Graeme wants Sam to walk into the room calmly and confidently, and not back away when Dotty growls, and then reward her with praise when she drops the toy and the growling stops.
Good Dotty.
That's
Good
it.
girl.
Well done, Sam. So you got halfway through it then, and then she started to grumble again, and then you stopped, which is the right thing. You see now she's settled down. She's sort of over the ball, guarding it a bit. So the message here is, we're just here. Nobody's going to steal your toy.
Once Dotty is calm, Graeme wants to show Sam she can move around the room normally, without fear.
Why don't you pop across to there and sit down, see what happens, and just grab a seat, that's it. Yeah, look, see? So you walked straight past her, she watched you and did nothing? Yeah? Good. She's still on edge, but she's more settled. What would she normally be like if you were sat there?
She just constantly stares at me, just growling, and she just has this thing about me, like, because I think she sees me as the weaker one.
Maybe.
Good, Dotty.
With Sam keeping a lid on her nerves, Dotty also keeps a lid on her aggression. So it's time for the next step, to get Sam even closer and show Dotty she is not going to take her ball.
Do you want to sit on the edge of that chair? You see where on the arm of the settee? Do you want to sit there? Just there.
Okay, I'll try. I don't usually sit that close to her, so...
No, that's all right. Just sit there, you're right. That's it. And just don't look at her at the moment. Just ignore her. That's it. Good for you. Well done.
It's a brilliant result for Sam. Earlier, she was scared to be in the same room as Dotty when she had a toy. But now they're sitting just a few feet apart.
Now, look, she's just hunkered down and gone, oh, not that bothered. Well, for me, that's the best bit so far today, because Sam clearly was really, really scared about doing that, but she did really well.
I won't feel scared to approach her if she's got a possession, so yeah, it will help a lot.
Today, I think we've seen a difference.
For me, there was a definite breakthrough.
I think some learning going on in her head as well, and I hope leaving you things that you can do, practical things that will make a difference over time.
No, that's brilliant.
Good.
Thank you very much.
Well, I better hit the road, leave you to it. Enjoy this lovely evening.
We will do. Brilliant.
All the best, guys.
Thanks very much, Graeme.
You're welcome. All the best. All the best. Hello, you.
Bye.
Very good.
Far more enjoyable for all of us today, and we've seen an improvement, and we can clearly see that there is a future with us, trying to work with Dotty to make her one of the family.
Setting Dotty on the right path was no mean feat, but Graham's next case looks likely to be an extreme challenge.
Ow!
Graeme has battled many big dogs before.
No.
But has he finally met his match with a haranguing husky hell-bent on attention? When Zara needed a pet to help her settle into a new home, she chose a husky puppy, Adonis.
I chose to get a husky because they are really pretty, so when I had the opportunity to get one, I went for it.
He's a handsome husky, all right, but Zara hadn't bargained he'd soon grow to be 26 kilos of pure pulling power. And as he continues to grow, his complete lack of boundaries have become a huge problem.
No biting. I can't have him around many people because he's quite aggressive and boisterous. Honest. Jumping up and biting and scratching gets too much and it's quite painful.
Ow!
The dog Zara got to help her gain independence is actually driving people away and making her more isolated.
You can see the frustration in your friend's face, like, oh, your dog is too much, like, can they get off me?
With Zara unable to enjoy her new home in the company of friends, the pressure's on for Graeme to come up with a quick and lasting fix.
Now, because Siberian Huskies are famously stubborn, it means that I've got my work cut out. They're an increasingly popular pet for their looks, but they're working dogs. They pull sleds across snowy wastes, so they're strong, active and highly intelligent. If you're going to own a husky, you've got to train it from a young age and do it properly. Hello.
Hi, Graeme.
Zara. Hi.
Thanks for coming.
Oh, you're welcome.
So with Adonis already on the cusp of doggy adolescence, can Graeme subdue this spirited husky before it's too late?
Adonis.
And he's getting worse and worse, isn't he?
Yes, it's quite bad.
Does he always do this then?
To everybody.
Ow, that really hurts. Wow.
He's quite powerful as well with the pushing.
So what do you do?
I normally just put him in his crate.
So you're trying to discipline him.
Yes.
How's that go?
He doesn't like being told what to do.
No. That's typical husky, really. So why did you get him?
They look really cute and just moved from home to get that independent life, and then I thought I need a companion, but it's hard having friends over because he's biting and scratching too much.
So independent living's not working for you at the moment?
It's more just me and Adonis and no friends.
And it becomes crystal clear just how hard Adonis is to handle.
Oi! Off, come on. Oh, beauty. Hey! No. I think he got me there.
Did he hurt you or...?
Well, he jumped up and he actually caught my lip. Yeah, you know.
Oh, he's done that with me a few times as well.
He's got no idea of personal space.
No.
No. What do people normally do when they're sat here and that happens?
I've got to try and get Adonis off them, but if Adonis is attacking them and he's attacking me, it comes across that I can't control him, so sometimes it's a bit difficult.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Well, his teeth go snap there.
Yeah, you do sometimes, and it's like, oh, that was a close one. That's when I end up backing off a little bit because it's hurting a bit too much. I don't really know what to do.
I can see why Zara's friends don't want to come round and visit. He's out of control. I think Zara doesn't really know how serious this is yet, and I need to tell her. But once I've done that, I need to help her. Zara, this situation is quite dangerous. He's going to bite somebody, and it's probably going to be you. But if it's somebody else, it really is game over, because he could be taken away from you, and he could be put down.
It's a situation I don't want to be in, to be honest. So I need to fix his behaviour now.
We need to nip it in the bud as soon as he starts jumping.
Okay.
It is simple, but it takes a lot of work to get to that point.
Okay, then.
So we've got a lot to do.
Okay, I'm willing to put the work in.
What I'm going to do is give you a new command, and that's going to be off.
Yeah.
And if we say off, he should understand back off, get off, stop jumping, yeah?
Yeah.
And you'll be able to use that command wherever you are. And if he does it, we need to let him know he's a good boy and praise him.
Okay, that sounds good.
Simple, isn't it?
Yeah,
All
hopefully.
Right. Adonis has only just turned a year old, and there's a window of opportunity for training a dog like this, but the problem is I've only got 1 day. Now, his behaviour is quite a challenge, but he doesn't think he's doing anything wrong. He's just doing this for love and attention. But his jumping up could be seen as aggressive, so I need to show him how to get that affection that he wants in an acceptable way.
First, Adonis needs a lesson in boundaries, with a clear message that jumping up on people is not a game and will simply not be tolerated.
We're going to brush him off to the side, right?
Okay.
We don't want him to fall over, but we do want him to feel just that bit off balance, because dogs hate it. Right?
Oh, okay.
Off. Off. The other side, look. Off again. Wait for it. Good boy. Come here. You can have a treat for that. Sometimes you have to repeat yourself. Yeah. Then eventually, all right, I'll stop.
Okay.
When he stops, oh, good boy, have a treat.
Okay.
Off.
Repeating the technique, amorous Adonis soon starts to learn jumping up is out of bounds. But he will get affection and a treat when his paws stay on the floor. But can Zara get the message to sink in?
There's a treat. Break it into tiny bits as you're going. That's it.
Adonis, stand here.
Yeah,
off. Off.
That's it. So if he jumps at you, off is good.
Off.
Push him sideways.
Off.
Good boy.
Good boy.
Remember that if you need to, move him sideways, yeah?
Okay.
Wait for it, wait for it.
Off.
No.
Off. Off.
And look what he does. He sits for 3, 4, 5 seconds. I'd give him a treat now.
Good boy.
Having learned he'll get rewarded for respecting the boundary, can Adonis resist temptation to show his affection to Zara on the sofa?
As soon as he starts to misbehave, we tell him straight away.
Okay.
Because why wait? Right, off.
Off.
Stand up.
Off.
And then wait for it. Good boy. That's probably good enough, actually.
Good boy.
Good. Now, that looked like a lady in control of a dog.
But can Zara keep control when it really matters? Adonis's over-friendly greetings have been getting increasingly dangerous and have been stopping Zara's friends coming over.
Hiya, Natasha. Come on in.
So it's time to put her to the test.
Right, go on, do your thing.
Off, yeah?
That's it.
Off. Off.
Wait for it. No, that's all right, don't run away. That's it.
Off. Off. Off.
Wait for it. That's okay. If he's got his feet on the ground, I'll live with that. Good. Right. Who's telling him he's good?
Me.
Well, go on then.
Good boy. Here you go. Good boy.
Remember, you've got to reward him if he's good.
Okay.
He was really, really bad there, and you were fighting to get control. But when you got control,
Off.
you didn't tell him.
Off. Off.
Well done.
Good boy. Here you go.
When Natasha came in, I think Zara went into a bit of a meltdown.
Off.
Yeah.
Off.
We got there in the end with a bit of coaching from me, and Zara remembered what she had to do.
Just 5 hours ago, this dog was too much for even Graeme to handle. But by teaching him a clear boundary and giving him praise and affection for complying, Zara and Adonis can look forward to inviting people over.
Natasha, how would you describe the difference?
Oh my God, well, from the first time I ever came round, and then he was non-stop biting, jumping up me. Now he's just, look, I can stroke him and I'm sitting down, so it is a massive improvement.
Great. This was an out-of-control dog, and I was really concerned about this snapping at you. We've taken all of that away.
Yeah.
And he's beginning to calm down because when he's naughty, you step up to the plate and you tell him off.
Yeah, I feel much more confident about having friends around, and he's not going to be acting the way he did before, and he won't be hurting my friends or me.
Brilliant. Good. That seems like a good point for me to leave you to it, really. So, all the very best. Well done.
Thank you, Graeme.
Nice to meet you. Thanks for your help. Bye-bye now.
Bye.
Well, it's been a long, hard day, but we've got there, and I think Zara has just taken a huge, great step forward to being truly independent. And with a dog who's not out of control anymore, not a danger to anybody, and will be well behaved, she needs to keep up the practice.
Coming up, Graeme may have brought Adonis back into line, but there's still work to do with a pack of rowdy pooches disrupting their neighbourhood.
Stop it!
Graeme's week is drawing to a close, but he still has one big job to complete, helping Rachel and Chris, whose pack of 4 rescue pooches has been causing chaos in the neighbourhood. Last time, by teaching the couple how to bring ringleaders Tequila and Valentino into line, Graeme was able to show them how to control their pack in the park.
Well done, Rachel. Keep it up.
But there's still a big issue that has to be tackled before Graeme's work is done. The 4 dogs are so disruptive in the garden, it's not only affecting the family's life.
How many times a day does this happen then?
If we let them out 10 times a day and these 10 dogs walk past, it would be 10 times.
But could cause big problems with the people living around them.
But you don't want to be nightmare neighbours.
No, exactly.
One small dog barking at a garden fence, well, it's not ideal, but it's okay and generally accepted in a neighbourhood. But there's 4 of them. That's 4 times the problem. They've become a nuisance. So today, I've got to stop that barking. I just hope that they've kept up with the lead training, because at least then I've got something to build on. That's them. Hey! Magic! Fantastic.
Hey, well done.
How's it been going?
It's revolutionary.
Yeah,
it really
it's
is.
been amazing.
We're really enjoying our walks together. It's amazing. We're really enjoying it.
And the dogs are too.
The signs are positive, but will Graeme be able to get them to stop barking in the back garden?
That's today's problem.
Yes. Yeah.
Blimey. Right.
The fence. Yeah,
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Right.
Somebody's walked past with the dog.
Last time in the park, Graeme used a gentle pull on the lead and the stop it command to send a clear message to the dogs when they were misbehaving. Today, he wants to build on this and show the couple how to keep the dogs quiet.
Hey, stop it.
Just using the command.
You. Go on. So what you've just seen me do is use the command, stop it.
Yes.
Yeah, we're using that with the walks. So,
Right.
Yes.
So we're going to transfer that to this. Stop it, in effect, just means it's naughty. And the point is, I'm not stood here going, stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it. Because all I'm doing then is fueling the fire.
Yeah.
We're going to get there as much as we can. Once I've got to the far side, I've then herded them backwards. I'm doing what animals do.
Okay, yeah.
And as soon as they start going, yeah, okay, sorry, boss, right?
Yeah.
That's when the praise comes in. Oh, great, oh, good.
To put Rachel and Chris to the test, Graeme has arranged for a neighbour to walk past with their dog. But will the fearless four pay any attention to Chris?
Stop it! Right. Stop.
Right, now Valentino.
Valentino. Stop.
By using a clear command and the herding technique, Chris has stopped the barking and moved the dogs away from the fence.
Ah, and the barking I can hear now is the dog outside.
Yeah.
Well, go on then. Praise them.
Well done.
Well done. Well
Good doggies. Good doggies. You understand me. This is amazing. Ah, that was much easier than usual.
Yeah.
What's that you say?
Yes.
You don't believe it?
It's a great result for Chris, but when Rachel tries,
Stop it!
despite using the command, the dogs aren't listening.
Stop it! Stop it!
So you use the right command in the wrong way. All right?
Okay.
So what you did was you went, stop it! I'm losing it! I'm panicking! Stop it! Right? That's very different to the way I do it, which is stop it.
Yes.
Boom, boom.
But on her second attempt,
Oh, there we go. Right, go on then.
Stop it! Stop it!
Now,
Tino.
watch. That's it.
Stop it.
Rachel has the pack quiet and under control in seconds.
And you're a good boy too.
Yeah, you never moved, Dance. Well
Didn't
done.
even move.
Good
Good.
girl, Tequila. Good girl.
No.
Stop it!
Excellent. And, I mean, compared to what you used to have, how would that compare?
Oh, 1,000 times better, yeah. Unbelievably better.
Just a few hours ago, anyone walking past the fence would be greeted by a cacophony of cries from these canines, and no amount of shouting would calm them. But with a simple herding technique and a stop-it command, Rachel and Chris are finally able to control their pack.
Well, this has turned out really well. You know, we've got 4 dogs that can be walked calmly through the streets.
Yes.
In the pack. We've got dogs that barely bark at the fence at all. You know.
Learning stop it is a very useful word, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, they are, yeah. Well, you know, if you're happy,
Yes,
I'm happy.
we are.
We are.
We'll
Great,
keep,
put it there.
Thank you
we'll
very
keep it
much.
going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Graeme.
All the best. I'll leave you
Thank
to it.
Yes.
Thank you
Keep
very
in
much.
touch.
Yeah,
We
when
will.
we get the
All the
next
best.
dog. See you later.
Well, here we are at the end of what I thought was going to be a really difficult job, and I was quite apprehensive. And it's not been easy. I mean, there was an awful lot of work to put in here with 4 dogs, but what a fantastic result in just 2 days' worth of training. Right.
Dottie is giving up her toys. Eventually.
Good girl.
Adonis has stopped his amorous advances, so Zara can now entertain. And Chris and Rachel's garden is now a sea of calm. Next time, a Great Dane who knows no boundaries. A Labrador with a fear of floors. And 2 pugs at war.
I really think if this carries on, one of them's going to kill the other one.